day.
One a day.
She's slacking.
To turn in Violet. Violet, you done yet?
I would literally do that every time.
Every time I walk into the room.
Like, oh, Violet, you're turning Violet, 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 Violet,
Violet, Violet.
Yeah.
Violet. Kind of like that sentence, Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I said that like I wasn't,
do.
but I do.
I believe you.
I'll pretend like I won't, but I do. And we were pretending like you weren't there, but you were there, so now we're acknowledging you.
Why don't you tell us what this the name of the segment is, Danny?
This video series is called the Southern California Comics Weekly Video Update.
That it is, known otherwise, to those who frequent the shop and enjoy fun things, as the Sundown Rundown.
That's false, but yeah, I'm Danny.
I'm Rob.
And we're going to tell you about the comics that came out this week.
That we are.
Some notable, some new. All new, really.
All new.
Some notable.
Yeah, I think we're rolling them all. Stuff. Well, that's
you know what's back? You know what hasn't been around in a while?
It hasn't.
Rocket Girl.
Rocket Girl.
Rocket Girl, the future 80s sci-fi adventure series by Brandon Montclair and Amy Reeder. It's a fine read. I very much enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah. It's fun. It's in the future, all the cops are kids because adults can't be trusted.
Of course not.
So this kid goes back to our 1980s to do stuff.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah.
Funny story, true story. I just picked up the first couple issues of it because I like the art. And now I like the concept too.
Yeah, this is a cool cover, by the way.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah. I'm stoked for it to be back. This is number 6. I think 1 through 5 are in trades, so you should pick that up too. It's back. We're pleased.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Speaking of comics run by the ladies, yeah, I'll take it.
Sure, why not?
We've got the new Swords of Sorrow, basically a crossover event happening at Dynamite, spearheaded by Gail Simone. This issue is also written by Gail Simone and features the art of Sergio Davila. The whole premise here is that all of Dynamite's leading ladies, strong women, I think even some of Chaos's as well. Is Chaos a subprint Dynamite?
I think Dynamite publishes Chaos stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
sure.
that's true.
They're all coming together. Basically, the badassery of female kind, I think, is how Gail Simone described it on her Facebook, which I follow, believe it or not. Especially given all of our conversations about Gail Simone.
What?
But
those are off the record.
Do like to keep up with what she's doing and her opinions on stuff. And I think this is a really cool series. Like, I'm all for crossover events, actually. I love it when characters who don't normally work together. If I could, I would like frame all of the Amalgam series.
Nice.
As
your Generation Hex.
I just found Spider-Boy, I think it was, the Superboy Spider-Man.
Oh, which one?
Oh, the second.
The one drawn by Landron. That's so good. I love that one.
I was so happy when I found it.
There was so many roll calls for the Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever.
It's amazing. But yes,
so
I love
fun.
series like this, so I'm glad to see, the ladies getting the time to shine.
Yeah. Unrelated, from Boom Studios, Arcadia #1. I've already read this book because I'm friends with the writer, and it's dope.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Get out.
It is. It's a good one. It's like The Matrix meets Elysium.
I was reading about it earlier, and I thought, a very interesting premise.
Yeah, so a majority of humanity has had their consciousnesses uploaded into this like virtual world. And that's like the elite, like the rich people and such. And then we follow the regular folk who are stuck in our reality, who have to like maintain and man the computers.
Oh, so that's
so they're like the custodians for like the Matrix. It's pretty good. I like it quite a bit.
Quite a bit. I'm gonna do this one next, huh? So DC's already been doing their big event, Convergence, which has been so far kind of a lot of sound and fury, but not much substance. But on the other hand, we have the exact end of the spectrum. I'm sorry to hate on DC. I'm usually a DC guy myself, but I just gotta admit, Marvel's Secret War, Jonathan Hickman is doing it right.
Yeah.
Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Like, Jonathan Hickman is just, he's been bringing it on Avengers and New Avengers. You've heard us wax poetic about him before. And it's very easy for the first issue of events to be super. Well, first off, they got Assad Ribic to do the art. And if you're familiar with his work with Jason Aaron on Thor, you know that kind of like Leno Yu, these are good event guys. They just
So
they give
good.
things like a really dynamic, epic feeling. And so, I mean, obviously that helps to elevate Jonathan Hickman's work, but in general, he wasn't content to make this just like a filler issue. This is a very important emotionally issue for the whole event. And
Wow.
I was
Right from the get-go.
I was surprised. I really was. Not because I didn't have faith in him, just because I again didn't expect it to
Go hard.
go hard.
0 to 100 real quick.
Balls to the wall, first issue.
I got nothing. Speaking of balls, Dead Drop.
Yeah, all right.
This is Valiant's like mini-series, mini crossover event. I don't know if it's a crossover event, but it's a virus on the loose, a king after it. Things are not what they seem, is the tagline on the cover. It's by Alish Cote and Adam Gorham. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, of course.
I love Alish's stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is. I read a few pages of it like online the other day, and it seems pretty crazy.
And I think in general, Valiant's really been killing it with these like little small events, like The Valiant that came out recently.
Yeah.
It was actually a really enjoyable.
That one was cool.
4-issue series. I was like, wow, they actually did a good job of wrapping up this whole series and making it worth the read.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it very much. But maybe you don't know anything about what we're talking about. You're like, The Valiant, what's that? Valiant Comics, what do they do? Well, Valiant has taken the time and the effort and the love to put out a Valiant Universe Handbook just for you, so that you can learn all about the nifty characters such as XL Manowar and Archer and Armstrong and Bloodshot and Ninjak.
It's like
Technically
your,
Ninja K, but Ninja.
it's like your official guide to the Marvel Universe type stuff.
But for Valiant.
Yeah.
But it's worth picking up. I'm picking it up even though I've been reading Valiant stuff because I figure it's always good to have more knowledge. Knowledge is power, power is money, money is pizza.
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Speaking of none of that, let's move on to a next segment.
Next segment.
People love those, and we're giving them to you at no extra charge.
What is our next segment, Dan?
We're gonna probably talk about Convergence,
Probably.
because why not?
Because the Convergences this week have the previews of the post-Convergence New 52 or not post-Convergence post New 52 universe.
Divergence.
Divergence. Is that what it's officially being called after Convergence? Is the Divergence?
I think so. So like the branding.
Sure.
Branding.
Then the post-Convergence Divergence series.
Then it's Insurgents, and then I don't know what the third book is called.
Resurgence. I don't know.
Detergents. I don't know, but we're gonna tell you about it. It's cool. Next segment.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Right on.
All right, we are back, and we're as always discussing Convergence.
Yes, as
The
always.
DC Comics. We're moving across the country, so we wanted to cover that up by hiring a bunch of freelancers to do stuff, gimmick thing. But then, like, they're kind of relaunching a whole bunch of the DC line after that.
Mm-hmm.
So the cool thing about these new DC Convergence number 2s is that we're getting previews of upcoming post-Convergence DC titles.
Yeah.
Some returning stuff, some brand new titles.
Brand new stuff, such as the new series Doomed, which is written by Scott Lobdell and is illustrated by Javi Fernandez? Javi Fernandez?
I would say Javi.
I would say Javi too.
Javi.
It's supposed to be about a young man who suddenly discovers he's Doomsday, which I imagine is a very terrible discovery to make.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
The art is pretty dynamite, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty bang up stuff. And I wasn't too crazy about the concept at first. I was like, really? A kid becomes Doomsday? But from the little preview, you said that Scott Lobdell's Superman was kind of like him writing Spider-Man but as Superman.
Yeah.
It kind of, from what I read of this, felt like him writing Spider-Man but as Doomsday.
When you described the plot, it sounded like, oh, that's very Spider-Man-ish. So
Yeah.
if you like Spider-Man, you're gonna love Doomed. Like, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna like the way you look at it, I guarantee you.
Also, we got Omega Men. Remember Omega Men? Well, they're back in Pog form. It's by Tom King and some artist whose name I don't remember. Tom King, who does Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
And this preview starts with Kyle Rayner being murdered on camera, which is infuriating, but sure, why not? Do something with him at least. Now I care, and I didn't care before when he was alive, during the period after he stopped being a Green Lantern. That's my thoughts.
Is Kyle your favorite?
Yeah, he's my favorite Green Lantern. He's fun. He's got that Peter Parker thing going on too.
Young, hip people, I sound like a show man, tend to say Kyle Rayner is their favorite, I'm noticing.
Yeah, I mean, who's Green Lantern when you were getting into comics? Was it Hal Jordan or was it Kyle Rayner?
Well, let's be entirely honest. When I was getting into comics, I was primarily watching Justice League, to be honest, because like I didn't really get into Green Lantern comics until after the Justice League animated TV show. So Jon Stewart's my Green Lantern, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would say he's my favorite, but he's like when I think of Green Lantern, I think Jon Stewart.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But we can talk about that in another segment. We can talk about it in depth in another segment.
Pretty much.
So yes, another preview that we've got. Did you go?
Yeah,
okay.
We just talked about Omega Man, and it looked kind of cool.
That's right, because Kyle Rayner, he does. For a second, I thought I was steamrolling you.
Go on.
They're breaking up the Red Hood and the Outlaws team. So Starfire will have her own title, which we'll talk about later, and then there's going to be another title, which is going to be continued to be written by Scott Lobdell. I'm doing 2 Scott Lobdell titles in a row.
Scotty Lobb.
Scotty Lobb.
He's here. He's out here.
He's going to be writing a Red Hood and Arsenal title, and Dennis Medry is going to be doing the art for it. And I'm very excited about this because Dennis Medry has been a really cool, just like casual artist for a while now. He's did the Rockabilly Batman designs. He did some steampunk Spider-Man designs, which he actually got to use for Spider-Verse. And now finally he's on a full title. I'm really, really excited to see him getting some big work from one of the big two, and also that haircut for Jason Todd.
It looks kind of cool.
I'm very excited by that haircut.
All right. This one's one I'm actually kind of interested in.
Oh my god, is that Prez?
It's Prez.
Yes!
So Prez, the teen president, the sort of obscure character who's most famous now for being in like one issue of The Sandman.
Something like that.
Do you remember that? Yeah, well, he's back, and I don't remember the writer, but it's drawn by Ben Caldwell, so it's got a really cool animated, what's his name? New Frontier guy.
Oh, Darwin Cook?
Yeah, it's got a Darwin Cook type style, so that's going to be interesting.
Does it really?
Yeah, check it out.
Hey, get out!
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
That's pretty legit.
And it's about a teen president, so you can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
It's like Archie meets the West Wing.
We were speaking enough about the Green Lanterns already, and so we're going to talk about the new Green Lantern series coming out, just called Green Lantern, because basically the GLs are getting reduced to 2 books as opposed to like the 12 that are going on right now.
Yeah.
It's Green Lantern and then Green Lantern Lost Army, I believe, or Lost Corps, or something like Lost something. They've lost someone.
Somebody's lost.
And this series is going to be continued to be written by Robert Venditti, right? He was the one who was writing the last Green Lantern, and it's going to be drawn by Billy Tan, who we have different feelings about.
So basically nothing has changed about Green Lantern, but here's a preview.
It'll focus more on, well, not more on Jordan. Green Lantern has always been about Jordan, but about his individual journeys. And while the more I look at it, the less I'm crazy about the art. I'm a Hal Jordan fan, despite what mockery comes along with that. I should say no. I like watching Hal Jordan get tortured.
I'm with you there.
I don't know if that makes me a real fan.
I mean, it's like Daredevil, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I like seeing Daredevil get hurt. I don't want to see him happy.
No.
There'd be no comic.
If Hal Jordan is on a team, it's fine. If it's a solo title about him, he has to be put through the ringer. And it looks like that's what's going to happen here. He looks very depressing and depressed.
I don't know if we've been talking about the actual titles that these previews are
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Whatever. If you pick up Nightwing and Oracle #2, you get a preview for Midnighter by Steve Orlando and Aiko, and it looks good.
It looks so
like,
good.
Yo, check out this like action page. Like, that's really cool. It's like a bunch of panels, like set over the action scene. Like,
and it just gets better. Like this.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's.
I might actually pick this up.
Cool.
I'm in.
Right?
He's like Batman, except he hits people.
Yeah. And then the one that I am most in for, I mentioned before that the team of Red Hood and the Outlaws is being broken up. Starfire is getting her own title, written by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner, the team from Harley Quinn. And it's going to be drawn by Emmanuel Lupacchino. And if you've watched any videos that I've ever been in ever, I love Emmanuel Lupacchino's art. Specifically because literally everyone is so good looking. Just everyone. The men, the women, everyone just...
This is the prettiest set of people.
It is just very lovely. She did the last couple issues of Supergirl prior to the Convergence event. And even though the arc wasn't very strong, the art even though the art wasn't, the art was
The art.
very, very lovely. And I am all sorts of excited to see Palmiotti and Connor put their signature kind of fun take on Starfire.
If you pick up Harley Quinn this week, number
Can I not
2.
see it again?
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention.
Question.
If you pick up Harley Quinn, she takes on Captain Carrot, as you can tell by the cover. But what's more important is that you get a preview of Section 8, the Hitman spin-off by Garth Ennis.
Yeah,
if you remember Hitman, which I do, it's great. So yeah, all your favorites. Dog Welder is back, the guy who uses a blowtorch to weld dogs to people's bodies. Yeah, this is going to be dope. It's not going to last very long, but you should all pick it up and keep it alive. It's going to be gross. It's definitely gross. Look at it. Here we go. We're in. It's all happening.
It's all happening.
Praise Jesus.
It's all coming together.
Are you done?
Huh?
I don't know if I'm done.
No, I thought we...
I don't know. I was you threw yours back. I just like did that thing. So yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
I realized I'm done. Convergence is out. Pick them up because they're not going to sell out. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and at the very least, even if you're not particularly interested in the storylines that are happening, although some of them, I'm not gonna lie, are pretty good. Convergence Superman, I really thoroughly enjoyed. As a Superman fan, it was nice to see a Superman behaving like a Superman.
You mean a super fan? You describe yourself as a super fan of Superman.
As a super fan of Superman on the Sundown Rundown, I was very thrilled to read this issue. That I was.
Well, I'm over this. We will see you next week.
Yes, we will.
Adrian will probably be here to talk about a movie or something.
Or something important.
Who knows?
It'll be nice.
He's unpredictable.
Yeah.
He's like, what's unpredictable? The weather?
I was gonna say the weather, but that's really lame. And Adrian's not lame.
No, he's cool.
Yeah. Wait, like dangerous, well, like natural disasters. Not that natural disasters are cool, but they are more dynamic.
He's unpredictable, like the ending to Lost. Army, Green Lantern. Bye.
Done.